Hello and welcome to the new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at some battles that got sent to me for the Mega Evolved Charizard Y, and this is actually a team that I had in my top team video as well, so I'm curious on how it's going to perform here today. We're going to have also I think a Shundo Charizard, which I would have as well. I could play the same kind of team here, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Again, by the way, I can change a little bit the graphics on this one here as well, so hopefully they're a little bit better. Just took a look of course at the feedback that I got last video. If you want to suggest some more, feel free to do that as well. Again, they might not be perfect yet, but I am still going to try my best to improve them a little bit. Anyway, I'm still a little bit happier with that. We're going to see, though, the Primal Kyogre, where we're going to have the best Pokemon to answer in the back as well still, which is, of course, going to be that Palkia. Palkia is going to be a Pokemon that can double resist the fast move of Kyogre, but also can double resist something like an Origin Pulse or a Surf. The Surf coming through here, barely doing anything. And with that, we're going to see here already who's going to be boss. It's going to be that Palkia, which is going to be able to go for that Spatial Rent in order to get the damage onto the Primal Kyogre. We're going to see the stop out here into the floor, just getting a bit of damage up here already. Honestly, kind of necessary, because what we have here is the Blast Burn of a Charizard Y. This is going to do so much damage. Charizard Y has so much attack power, and we see already how this is going to do so much damage. We're going to have another Chow coming through here, and again, those battles were sent to me. I have no idea what's going to happen here today, and we can move on now to the next one. Mega Gardevoir against Mega Charizard. It's going to be very, very good for the Charizard here as well. I like the team. Of course, it's a team that in my top team video as well. I wasn't even meant to be like, oh, I like the team, it's my team. No, I mean, because you have also still the option to bait out Fairy-type Pokemon with that Dialga Say-Stop on this team. This is kind of the thing which I like a lot about this. You're going to have the hardest answer to kind of Fairy-type Pokemon lead. We see a Zekrom with the wrong move that. This, by the way, happens quite often for Zekrom because Zekrom is, I think, one of the best, if not the best, electric-type attacker for raids with the fast move of Charge Beam. And if people forget to change it for Go Battle League, it can be quite difficult, but as you can see as well, they can still go for the Outrage to knock you out there, so Zekrom did its job. And we're gonna see the Zacian coming in here next, and this is going to look like a really good matchup for that Mega Charizard, being able to go for that big Chow. Actually, the Gardevoir just stopped in here to take that Blast Burn. I don't think it really went too well for this Pokemon. And again, we have like super effective coverage here. You're going to have even the bait move of that Air Cutter on the Charizard as well, which is going to come through here now. It's going to be able to do some solid damage, and we can move on now to the next one. Next up, we're going to have here again the Zacian against the Charizard. It's going to be very, very good for you, as you're going to have, the Lugia coming in. We're going to try our best to go for that Aura of Time very likely soon, but we can take a hit. It's going to be very likely the Aeroblast. I still kind of want to take a look at Lugia as well. Lugia seems like a very, very strong Pokemon, even for the lower leagues, just because of the energy generation that you have now. You have one of the strongest moves there. And as we will see here, we're going to be able to use a shield. It's going to be the Fly coming through, and we can go for the full farm down, which is going to work out quite well as we have the Zacian coming back in. Again, we're going to have some coverage still. It's going to be still neutral to go for the Iron Hands there from the Dialga. And Zacian is no more for the attack than for the defense, but still, this shouldn't do more than like 40%, I would assume. It's around there. Yeah, basically exactly there. So yeah, it's going to be still okay for you. You can take the hits with the Charizard. Everything is going to be resisted here. Every single hit they have is going to be resisted. Behemoth Blade is coming through, and we have the Charizard going for that big Blast Burn. It's actually Charizard. Sorry about this. I'm just grew up saying Charizard, but that is not the right way of saying it. Charizard. Anyway, we're going to have here the Air Cutter come in, as this is going to allow you to catch the move onto that Palkia. Amazing gameplay here so far. We have the Aquatail is going to do a lot of damage here. We're going to have now the Chow coming through from the Gyarados from the opponent. This is going to be shielded up with a Crunch that's in here as well. And we have now Aquatail coming in as a bait that's going to be interesting. If this bait is going to work out, we're going to see here that it's not going to work out, but the opponent's still going to forfeit, so it's going to be a good game. Zacian in the lead is going to be absolutely fantastic here, as you see a swap out into the Lunala. We only have like kind of neutral damage coming up here against the Lunala, but I think you should be kind of fine in this, especially in the two-shield scenario with your Palkia. But again, you're also going to get out the Palkia now against the Lunala here, and we're going to see the shield coming up, Shadow Balls coming through, and we will see here again that Aquatail that's coming in next. This is going to allow you here now to hopefully get the KO against the opponent. They actually only use a shield and you're still going to be able to outspeed them though to another awkward heal. This is going to be alright for you. This is going to allow you to get the shield from the opponent. Do we see another shield coming up here? We're going to see another shield come up here. This makes a lot of sense because you kind of want to keep the alignment. You need to still go for an awkward heal here though, but the opponent stops out into the Zacian. This is actually quite a big mistake here, I feel like, from the opponent, because now you have the option to swap out straight away. Or you keep your charge move there still, that's also kind of cool. You can swap out into the Mega Charizard, and as you see here, we go straight for the Blast Burn. Could have even went up a little bit further and just tried to farm them. I guess like Ember doesn't do enough damage. In comes here though the Mega Rayquaza, which we showcased already on the channel as well. Not the best Pokemon in this meta anymore. It is okay still, but with Breaking Side being changed the way it is, it's just not really as ideal anymore. You just don't have the immediate pressure with this Pokemon. As we see here though, there's going to be that Breaking Side coming through, going to knock you out here now, but we have still the Dialga, which can take the damage basically from this Pokemon. We see the swap out here into the Palkia to catch the move. They're just playing around at this point. Like, this game's over already. They know about it as well. They didn't need to do the catch. They will win no matter what. And we will see another Kyurem against that Charizard. We see the immediate swap out here, which makes a lot of sense, into Dialga, trying to bait out a potential Fairy-type Pokemon, but also use Pokemon in the back are both kind of a bit better against the opponent's Kyurem. As we see the Palkia coming in, they have to fear the Roar of Time, so going for the bait here is definitely the right choice. Roar of Time will do so much damage, and as you can see here as well, you're gonna have a shield coming up again with a Dialga, trying to force another shield from the Palkia from the opponent. And we see the Roar of Time going to connect now. That's either gonna get the KO or the shield. Very well done so far. You're gonna get the shield here from the opponent. We can see most likely the Palkia coming in now. As Palkia against the Charizard is going to be not the matchup that you want to have as a Charizard. You see the Spatial Run coming through, and we see the swap out actually into the Charizard. I'm not too sure if an Air Cutter is going to be enough here. Air Cutter not known for being a strong move generally, but of course Charizard's attack is so high that it's not going to be enough. We see the attack boost on it, but with 1 HP, it's going to be able to survive here. The Awkward Tail is going to connect now, and in comes, let's see, the Primal Kyogre. I guess they maybe predicted this, and that's why I kind of want to use their Charizard as much as possible, which would be very, very well done there as well. You have now the Spatial Run still coming through. This is not going to be enough. It's going to be the Kyurem that's going to land on. It is not going to be the Kyogre, but it's still actually going to be great that it landed against the Kyurem, because he kind of needed that extra damage. And now I'm fairly certain you survive any hit here that's not a Blizzard, and it's going to be the Thunder here. It's going to be not enough to knock out that Palkia, and we're going to see the Charge Move coming in next. This is going to allow you to get a lot of damage in, and we can move on to the next one, where we're going to have Florges here as well. This is going to be very, very interesting. We're going to have now the swap out straight away into the Dialga, trying to catch that Chilling Water, which makes a lot of sense. Chilling Water is going to be a move that you kind of want to catch, and as you see as well, Primal Groudon is coming in here. We're going to see the charge move coming through. It should be just the... oh, it's actually the Precipice Blade. Forgot about that. The pacing is crazy to the Precipice Blade. You need only 5 Dragon Tears to go for the super hard hitting move now. That's why this Pokemon is going to be very interesting as well for the upcoming... events basically, or like the upcoming leagues, because we also going to have currently the Shadow version, I think, in raids. I am currently not playing the game to the point where I would be doing those Shadow raids, but I definitely should be doing those Shadow raids because they're very, very strong. This Pokemon is super good to have. But yeah, as you see as well, we're going to have the Aquatail coming through. This is going to be getting the shield, but can you still get to another one time? The opponent catches the move onto the Florges. While you kind of appreciate a little bit of damage here, I think against the Florges, it's still a bit awkward. We're going to have here the Blast Burn coming through. This is going to allow you to get the KO against the Florges, but there's still going to be the Groudon. But then again, it's going to be resisted damage here. The Precipice Blade is still going to hurt so much though. As you see as well, it puts it still down into the deep red health. It's just the damage output of this move is ridiculous. It is better to go for the resisted Blast Burn here, doing enough damage to actually knock them out. And now it's down to the Palkia against the final Pokemon. Another Palkia. Can you reach the Spatial Rant in time here? You cannot, but can you survive an Awkward Tail? It's double resisted. It should be just an Awkward Tail from the opponent. It's a Spatial Rant. I did not expect that. They got there quite fast. Next up, we are going to have here, the Gyarados. Gyarados is kind of a bit more of an awkward one, definitely. Like, that's not the Pokemon that you want to face at all. But it is what it is. We're going to see a swap out straight away into that Palkia, trying to catch the move. Didn't work out at all. We see here the shield coming up, crunch coming up there. And we have the defense drop onto you. Let's see here. We're going to have another charge move coming through. Crunch is coming in from that Gyarados. Spatial Rent is going to go up against the Primarina. The damage is kind of cool though, because it's going to allow you to put it into range for like an Iron Head from that Dialga. But yeah, it's still not ideal. It's actually the waterfall version of Primarina, which I find kind of surprising. Like, I would rather expect something like the Charm here. But actually, the Hydrocan is going to get caught on the Mega Charizard. I'm not too sure if this was what they wanted to catch. I'm very certain it wasn't. And so, Air Cutter's coming through. We're going to get the attack boost here. We're going to see the swap out into that Dialga as well. And we have now the charge move coming through. Again, it's going to be the Disarming Voice. This is going to do some solid damage. In comes the Gyarados. I'm not too sure on how this battle is going to go. Can they still win this or not? It's going to be very, very interesting. We have the Iron Head coming in. This is going to allow you to shield up the Crunch. I actually don't have the Iron Head yet coming in. We're going to have the full farm down. That is the only way, I guess, of doing this. In comes the Primarina. Again, good actually that the False move is going to be the Fairy type move and not that Water type. That the fast move is the Water type move, not the Fairy type move. That's what I want to say. But still, there's going to be the Kyogre lurking in the back. And I think this is not going to work out. Or is it? They actually decided no shield and made it way closer than their near tap. They had still had the shield left there. But yeah, well done still. Got this close. Was a very difficult matchup though. This is also a bit more of a difficult matchup because the Lugia is going up now against the Palkia. Palkia, not really known to be the best Lugia answer, I have to say. So yeah, we're going to have here the shield coming up. It's going to be a Fly coming through. And you might just going to go for the Awkward Tail. This is going to allow you to do some solid damage. It's going to be, yeah, not enough to knock them out. I think you still survive a Fly, but it's going to be very, very close. It's a very, very close matchup. You're still going to be able to survive it. Can you farm them down? You can farm them down. Your shield's down a little bit, but we have at least the alignment which you really want. You want to have that Zacian aligned against that Mega Charizard. Why? Because Mega Charizard is going to be able to do so much damage here. But we see the Palkia coming in, and an Air Cutter is going to get launched straight away. This is going to allow you to get a little bit of damage in there. This bit of damage is actually quite crucial because now you put them into the farm down range for your Dialga, and this is exactly what you want to see here. We have the Spatial Run coming in, and we're going to have here another Iron Head going to connect here, trying to get the shield from the opponent. We very likely are going to be able to get that shield. So no, we're actually going to see the no shield from the opponent, and with that, they're going to be now in range for Ember down from the Charizard, but also they actually see the swap out still, or like actually they went down from that extra Dragon Breath. We're going to have now the Charizard against that Zacian. What you should do is just go straight for those Air Cutters. They still have to shield everything. They have 2 shields still left. We're going to see the first shield coming up. Air Cutter, of course, has a 30% chance of trying to get basically that boost onto you. We have now 2 Air Cutters stored. Is it going to be enough? This is going to be quite interesting, as you will see as well. The boost coming through, I think, and this is going to be most likely a KO here. Let's see. Air Cutter is going to knock it out, and we can move on now to the next one. So let's taking a look here. This is going to be the Gyarados here, and we're going to have another charge move coming through. This is going to be the Air Cutter that is going to allow you to get a little bit of damage. Or actually the shield up. That is interesting that you get the shield here as well. But this is going to be a great catch onto that Palkia. You should be able to take the hit. So yeah, this is going to be kind of interesting. We have the Florges coming in. We have another charge move coming through. And this is going to be doing some solid damage. Awkward Tail is going to connect here as well. This is going to allow you to get some more damage in against the opponent. And yeah, we see here, we're going to have another shot. The Disarming was actually coming through. This is interesting. Like, usually people are running Moonblast just for the extra damage, which allows to do more damage against, for example, a Palkia. You can kind of one-shot with it. But Disarming was a bit faster. We see the swap out here, of course, into that Gyarados. And honestly, Dialga Gyarados is quite more of a neutral matchup, as you have Stab Dragon Breath against non-Stab Dragon Breath. But Gyarados has the better typing kind of here in this kind of regard, but also is going to be the Pokemon that is just going to have the faster pacing. Like, Crunch is going to be better to get to. Awkward Tail, of course, is better as a bait move. And so it's a bit of a difficult matchup for the Dialga to still win this one. But as we will see here, we are going to have the no shield, of course. You don't have shields left anymore. It's going to be a very, very close matchup. We have the Awkward Tail coming through. We're going to have the swap out here into the Ho-Oh against the Mega Charizard Y. And we see a Blast Burn going to connect here. I actually would have went for the Air Cutter because you definitely get to another Air Cutter in time as well. But Blast Burn is going to do a little bit more damage. Oh, never mind. Actually, I didn't see that they got an extra fast movement beforehand already. Brave Bird is coming through now. This is, I guess, perfectly played by this player here. But we see again, it is going to be not enough as they decide to shield the Ho-Oh, and the Shadow Shiny, the Shadow Ho-Oh there is going to be able to knock it out. It's a special Shadow Ho-Oh though. It's the, I think, Apex Shadow Ho-Oh. I liked when they released like those special shadow Pokemon for Lugia and Ho-Oh, but they haven't really done anything similar in ages now. But yeah, we will see here now. The Air Cutter coming through from the Charizard. Air Cutter is going to connect, and we are going to have here the shield coming up from that Mega Charizard. The Ho-Oh is going to go up, and they have to take the hit here. That's going to mostly knock them out if they're going to let this move go. They're going to go not down this way with 1 HP. This is such an awkward position now for the Charizard because they're going to go down here. And we see here kind of where Ho-Oh is actually a little bit better sometimes than even the Mega Charizard. Mega Charizard is not the recommended Mega Pokemon for this meta. It's a fun Mega Pokemon. This is something that I was saying as well in the video. It is not supposed to be the top tier threat there. It is going to be quite difficult to play this Pokemon against the Dragon type Pokemon as well as the Water type Pokemon. They are quite common in this meta. So yeah, it is definitely a bit more difficult, and here we saw already why maybe even a Ho-Oh can do kind of similar stuff without needing to use the Mega on it. Still, Mega Charizard is kind of fun to use like this. I think that Dragon Breath, by the way, might be a little bit better in this meta over Ember. I do understand Ember in terms of the perspective of generating more energy, but Dragon Breath is going to give you more fast move pressure, especially against those Dragon type Pokemon. Still, while this was a bit of a tough matchup in the lead, this is looking really, really good for you here right now at the end, as the Raw of Time is going to get shielded, the opponent forfeits, and this is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.